Hi, so I just wanted to validate the use case and the popularity of the business that we want to get into, right? Of course, we have been doing it for quite some time, and there is enough on-ground intelligence also, which makes it viable that this is a good proposition, and therefore we should definitely venture into it. What I want to also discuss is because we are looking to get a lot of our traffic from the online and the digital platforms. That is where we just check on the side of how many people are actually looking, discovering, exploring, searching online, right? Just want to show you a couple of things. It will be a brief video here. So, for example, before that, I just search cycle tours, right? When it comes to say India, these are the search volumes that actually show up here. And let me do it not just India, but say, let me do United States. That is again, as we discussed, it's a low volume and we don't see so many people coming from there. And next is on this front, where it, let's take the entire Europe, or let's say Ireland, for example. Right now, this is the global volume that is coming up here. Now, a lot of people, if you'll see, what we need to go into is these actual cycle tours which are happening here. The keywords actually give a lot of insights as to what are people searching for, what locations are they looking at, what are the cycling tours, where do they want to go, like that. Like suppose for somebody saying like best cycling tours in Europe, right? That is a keyword. Of course, now there is a this see I'll just explain the terms here. Volume is how many people are actually searching for it, global volume across all countries. CPC is of course cost per click, which is 0.8, which is not very low, it's decent. So we have a lot of chance where we can actually work on that and actually promote ourselves. One thing that I found with these terms is that there are not a lot of people who are promoting these, which means that there is enough use cases and enough market for us to capture. Had it been that a lot of folks are just available here, so many links are showing here from different people, that would have meant ki, okay, multiple people are actually promoting themselves, right? But that is not the case. One thing, then let's take, for example, I'm taking the art of bicycle trips here, and I go into their website, right? Because ultimately we have been doing all of these things like what should be the website, and we are getting to see the people from there, or even if somebody is searching or as a backup as well. Let's actually check how many people are coming up here, right? So just give it a moment. And meanwhile, let me do another search here. Yeah. So if you'll see this autobicycletrips.com, the one that we discussed as well, both organic and paid traffic we can actually clearly see from here. One is a paid traffic, so they're doing a lot of traffic share in the US and in the US primarily, and then Hong Kong, Australia, like that. But this is where they are running a lot of their ads as well. When you want to see the keywords on which they are playing here, say in the US, these are the keywords that they are actually working on. They want to take people from the US to Japan. That's why like back road cycling vacations, Japan cycling tours, Cambodia, like that. And on all of these keywords, they're running their ads as well, right? On every ad, also you can see what is the positioning or how many people are actually looking for it and those things. And then leading it directly back to their website. What this gives us an insight as well as suppose if I'm clicking here, they are leading me directly to the home page, which means that they want the people to take and discover all of their different offerings as well. They have not created any separate landing page, which means that if they are customizing some particular trip, that is not there. So again, insight wise, they are not using so much of the website to get this done. I definitely feel that they have more and more of partnerships as well, from where they are getting their trips set up and from where they're getting their leads also. Now, coming back to this thing, when I go into, say, this was the paid searches, right? I'm just going in the organic one as well. Hold on. Yeah. So when you say organic, right? Organic, of course, the keywords would be higher because you're not betting on all of this and all of the keywords, and you want to stuff your website or your digital platforms with a lot of these things. The keywords is like it shows like okay, $1,300 worth of traffic is something that they are getting here. Now, in here you can also see where these people are actually coming from. So this validates one of the assumptions that I mentioned to you, like when it comes to say biking Vietnam tours or Croatia or India, like that, what they are offering is this particular thing where it, or rather let me just click on the link separately. Yeah. So through the way of blogs, they are promoting themselves as well. And because of that, they are ranking good. If you'll see on all of these pages, उनके blog page पे कितना traffic आ रहा है, that is something that we can figure. 37 keywords is something that they've gone. And $366 worth of traffic is coming from there, right? Now, people are coming for these things, which is more towards informational content, which means again that people would want to see first, discover first, and then make their decision. So, rather, if I go on this link, this is a particularly designed destination. Again, coming from the first fact that this is a hero trip for us, which we want to promote heavily. That is why we are doing this one, where the cycling trips are more prominent. Otherwise, we would want the ads, somebody to be on the website first. I think they will, in due time, they should design more and more of these pages as well. I think in the next season, we should definitely see these. Second is when it comes to see the complete guide, right? So remember we discussed the blogging part of it as well, and they're using HubSpot by the way in the backend for their CMS. So the complete guide to cycling Croatia. Now they presented their trips here, which are the tours, right? If you want to go to Croatia, say, hey, here are all the different bicycle tours that we are actually doing here. But based on that, we are giving kind of a pitch as well, and we are creating that excitement with more information. We are also showing how much we know about Croatia and the cycling tours there. So वहां पे फिर उन्होंने सारा ज्ञान इसमें in the blog डाला हुआ है. एंड इफ यू सी ऑल ऑफ दीज लिंक्स ऑल्सो, तो छोटी छोटी भी जो ट्रिप्स बनी हुई है उनकी, वो वहां से इन्होंने बैक लिंक की हुई है. इफ यू सी एट द बॉटम, दीज आर द links that they are actually promoting like that. So वो आपने बता दिया कि फिर यहाँ से डायरेक्टली आप आ गए कि मेक एन इंक्वायरी, ये जो आपकी डेट्स आ रही है यहाँ पे आप आ जाओ एंड यू कैन एक्चुअली बुक अप दिस प्लेस. सो आई थिंक largely you get the idea of course, but I just wanted to validate this. They've given a map as well within this thing of how much this actually does, right? So then this is a separate integration within that. And for every location, you can actually plug in the Gmap solar part as well on this one. So people largely get an idea that, okay, I'm covering 3 different places like that, and I can go from here to here, and they can plan other things on their tours accordingly. And what I've also seen is that साल भर का जितना भी ट्रिप है वो एक साथ ही they upload, कि rather than we being dependent on people, we कि कब trips बन रही है, कंपनी बन रही है. As far as we could see, I think the last I checked was before this also. Now they have from May to October. So May, June, July, all of these months पहले से उन्होंने किया हुआ है. For the checkout thing, when it comes to this one, डायरेक्टली यहाँ पे आके डिटेल्स, अब मैं एक बार डिटेल्स भी डाल रहा हूँ जस्ट सो दैट वी चेक दिस थिंग ऑल्सो. Option for an e-bike. Do you want to have some supplement? This is easy. This is just a form that runs in the backend. I'm entering my form message. Um, and I have to view and payment on this part. Simple. They're using two things. One is a Stripe, and another is the bank transfer. We will either have to go with this thing or we'll have to use Razorpay because the Stripe does not work in India. and it will not allow unless you have your own office setup in the US like that. So that is something that's there. Now, finally, and for this one also, what they have done is they have collaborated with their own landing, with a separate company where the landing page is, which shows this one, right? So they don't have a separate one here, but this is how they go. So this is an integration and similar. I mean, I'm just showing you one use case here. Pe. Ultimately, what we need to do to get us up and running, and this is the feasibility that I wanted to check lastly, is that a simple page which shows the home page. In here, these two options, which is design a trip, this essentially is just a form where people are submitting their forms. And if we find it viable, we can actually take the strip up, we can put it up on our page. Or if we inquire, say somebody saying that, hey, I have 10 people in my group, that is where they can easily do that. So this is just a simple form that they are using. Second, when you do say find a trip, so all of the trips that I have already listed here will start to show up. And then, of course, these are the things which tell about the brand story and these things which we can do. This is a newsletter and emailing thing that they have built up so that we keep on being in the loop as well. And just the footer part. So on and on. It's not something which is very difficult to get it up and running and what to expect and the membership and those kinds of things also. This is all again manual. So this is pretty fine. If you want to, the segment that you were talking about, we want to give some bikes as well. That is again, we don't have to show here. This link that you see for the membership, this is a checkout page built on a Stripe. Again, very easy to cook up. Similar we can do on the Razorpay and other things also. And the introductory writers club is something like this. They just tell you, okay, what are you getting and those kinds of things as well. Now, I don't think कि इस पे उनको उतना कुछ मिल रहा है traffic or are they promoting as well. Of course, nothing can beat the actual information from them itself, but online, what I could find also is just this thing. Let me go to domain overview and show you. So this is the kind of thing that they are getting, not much things, but it's just there. If you want to promote a subscription product, if you want to be in the loop, like a magazine or an information, अगर आप regularly बना रहे हो, that is where you can actually go for the membership. And very simply, an about us page and these things. So this is the kind of thing that they have done. Again, जो आपने tools बनाए, as you're also saying, उनको इन्होंने properly categorize कर दिया है. Is the same thing. I checked it inside out. These are the destinations that they go to, and then उसी को इन्होंने categorize करके कर दिया है in different trips. कि कोई search भी कर रहा है बाहर. Now, definitely, this is something which is H1 कि अगर कोई बाहर भी सर्च कर रहा है तो the art of bicycle trips actually opens up like that. What to expect and those kinds of things, handpicked hotels, expert local guides. This is again storytelling that we need to plug in and same as that also. So quickly कर सकते हैं इसको and let's get on a call and discuss this quick and get going on this one.